Mark and Kelly, who co-host the show Live with Kelly, have 3 children together. In a short amount of time, Kelly Ripa rushed to the defense of her husband, Mark Consuelos, during the edition of Live V that aired on Monday. Following their hiatus from the show for the 4th of July, the co-hosts held a discussion on the subject of cities that are suitable for walking. The discussion, on the other hand, elicited a notable response when a member of the audience made a gesture that conveyed their displeasure of the topic being discussed. However, Kelly was not in agreement with the findings of a recent survey that ranked Philadelphia as the most walkable city in the United States. The pair responded to the survey. "What I mean is that I am a lot of a walker in Philadelphia. Despite the fact that I am from South Jersey, which means I am familiar with the region, I would argue that it is not as much of a walking city as New York. It is not a grid at all. All over the place is the situation." After that, Mark continued to read the list, which included locations such as Providence in Rhode Island, Burlington in Vermont, and Columbus in Ohio as the top spots on the list. During the time that Mark was speaking about Columbus, the audience in the background could be heard applauding. "Is that true? Is that true? Do you know what I consider to be a pleasant city that makes it easy to go around?" It was not Columbus, Ohio, he informed me. After that, Kelly continued to look away from the screen as she focused her attention on a specific member of the audience. "You just gave us the thumbs down, lady. Did you just say that? So, where do you hail from?" "In Ohio," she inquired. In response to Kelly's inquiry, Columbus yelled out to a member in the audience. Following that, the co-hosts continued their talk and revealed that their hometown of New York City had been ranked 10th on the list. When Kelly was finishing off the piece, she mentioned that she enjoys cities that allow people to stroll around. "Let me tell you, I am walking around Los Angeles. It is a peculiar experience since, in my opinion, it is a city that is really conducive to walking, but nobody actually walks there. Therefore, you need to question yourself, why is there no one walking around?" The episode from the previous week. The fact that Kelly has targeted a member of the crowd live on broadcast is not the first time she has done so. During the episode that aired on Thursday, the celebrity provided a response to a viewer who disclosed that she had utilized artificial intelligence tools in order to facilitate the termination of a romantic connection. At the time, the pair was talking about a nationwide survey that revealed that at least 41% of young adults have used artificial intelligence to assist them in ending their relationship with their partner. "Writing is now being done by artificial intelligence." Mark said, "It's not you, it's me," sending a text message to Gen Z to break up with them. During the course of the conversation, Mark paid attention to a member of the crowd called Ashley and addressed her in a forthright manner. "I see somebody laughing right there," he added with enthusiasm. "Have you done it?" It was Kelly who asked. "You did it? Wait, you broke up with somebody with the help of AI," she continued, adding to Ashley's statement. "Kind of," the fan replied in response. Both Kelly and Mark were taken aback by the information, and their responses were identical. "Wow," and "incredible," respectively. The four with Kelly and Mark Seth was still buzzing with holiday excitement even though it was the first episode back after a week-long sabbatical for the 4th of July holiday. In addition to the red, white, and blue buntings that were used to adorn the studio, the 3 children of the couple, Michael, Lola, and Dwaken, had also sent in handcrafted signs wishing their parents a happy return. While Mark was greeting the audience, Kelly bounded into the venue that was designed in the iconic loft style. She was wearing a sundress that was fun. While he was in the studio as well as at home, he maintained his charming smile. They made a veiled threat that the subject of today's discussion would be extremely mundane, which would elicit both laughter and applause. Immediately following a quick introduction to the upcoming speakers, which included everyone from Broadway stars to writers of best-selling cookbooks, it was stated by Kelly that the co-host would be discussing a recently published national poll that ranked the cities in the United States that are the most walkable. An important finding from the poll was highlighted by a producer named Card. The number 1 slot goes to Philadelphia, followed by Providence, Rye, Burlington, DD, and Columbus, among the other cities. The study that was carried out earlier this spring by a think tank that focuses on urban planning had caused a stir on the internet due to the unexpected results that it produced. Before getting started, Mark provided an overview of the criteria that the think tank employs to evaluate walkability, pedestrian safety, the density of sidewalks and crosswalks, access to public transportation, the proximity to everyday amenities, and a street plan that is similar to a grid. Using a scale of 100 points, the economist who was in charge of the study had evaluated each city. The information on pedestrian accidents, the average width of the sidewalk, the number of intersections, and the frequency of pedestrian signals are all taken into consideration. A city that scored more than 85 points is considered to be in the top tier. With a score of 92.3, Philadelphia came victorious, just edging out Providence with a score of 91.7 and Burlington with a score of 90.5. The city of Columbus, Ohio, which is more commonly associated with automobiles than with pedestrians, received a respectable score of 88.4, which places it squarely in the top 5 position. The publishing of the report generated passionate debates on social media, with denizens of traditional walking hotspots such as New York City and Boston calling into doubt the methodology of the survey. The findings of the survey were displayed on the screen alongside comment threads on social media platforms such as Twitter and Reddit that were filled with hashtags. Kelly made a joke to the crowd as she turned around and said, "What I mean is that I'm a big walker in Philadelphia. You can find me in South Jersey's."